Today our topic is how to deal with criticism the Stoic way. Criticism is something everyone faces in life. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what you do, people will judge you, doubt you, and sometimes even attack you with their words. It can hurt, make you angry, or make you doubt yourself. But the Stoics, ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, had a very different way of thinking about criticism. They believed that criticism doesn't have to break you. Instead, it can make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient if you approach it the right way. Let's talk about how you can deal with criticism like a Stoic. First, the Stoics teach us that we cannot control what other people say or think about us. What we can control is how we react to it. This is one of the most important ideas in Stoicism. The difference between what is in our control and what is not. When someone criticizes you, their words are not in your control. They might say things that are true, unfair, or even mean. But your reaction, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, that is entirely up to you. This is where your power lies. Instead of feeling hurt or defensive, you can choose to stay calm and think clearly. Ask yourself, is this criticism true? Is it useful? Can I learn something from it? If the answer is yes, then take it as a gift. If the answer is no, then let it go. Don't give it more energy than it deserves. Second, the Stoics remind us that people's opinions are often a reflection of them, not us. When someone criticizes you, it often says more about their own fears, insecurities, or misunderstandings than it does about you. For example, if someone calls you lazy, maybe they are struggling with their own work ethic. If someone says you are not good enough, maybe they feel inadequate themselves. This doesn't mean you should ignore all criticism, but it does mean you shouldn't take it personally. You are not responsible for how others see you. You are only responsible for being the best version of yourself. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Don't let someone else's opinion define your worth. Third, the Stoics teach us to focus on our own character and actions, not on what others think of us. This is called living with virtue. Virtue means doing what is right, even when it's hard. It means being honest, kind, courageous, and fair, no matter what others say or do. If you know you are acting with virtue, then criticism loses its power over you. Let's say someone criticizes you for being too quiet. If you know that your quiet nature is part of who you are, and that it helps you listen and think deeply, then their words don't matter. Or if someone criticizes you for being too ambitious. If you know your ambition is driving you to achieve meaningful goals, then their opinion is irrelevant. The Stoics believe that the only true failure is failing to live with virtue. As long as you are true to your values, you can hold your head high, no matter what others say. Fourth, the Stoics encourage us to see criticism as an opportunity to grow. In life, we often avoid things that make us uncomfortable. But discomfort is where growth happens. When someone criticizes you, it can feel uncomfortable, even painful. But if you face it with an open mind, you might discover something valuable. Maybe the criticism points out a blind spot you didn't know you had. Maybe it challenges you to improve in ways you hadn't considered. The Stoics believe that every obstacle, including criticism, is an opportunity to become better. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you learn to handle criticism with grace, you become stronger and more free. Fifth, the Stoics remind us to practice humility. Humility doesn't mean thinking less of yourself. It means thinking of yourself less. When you are humble, you don't take criticism as an attack on your ego. Instead, you see it as a chance to learn. Humility also means admitting when you are wrong. If the criticism is valid, don't be afraid to acknowledge it and make changes. This doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Often, the fear of criticism is worse than the criticism itself. When you approach criticism with humility, you take away its power to hurt you. Sixth, the Stoics teach us to focus on the bigger picture. Life is short, and in the grand scheme of things, most criticism doesn't matter. Imagine looking back on your life from your deathbed. Will you care about the person who said you weren't good enough? Probably not. What will matter is whether you lived with integrity, whether you loved deeply, and whether you made a positive impact on the world. The Stoics believed in keeping a cosmic perspective. This means seeing your life as part of something much larger than yourself. When you do this, criticism feels small and temporary. It loses its sting. Seventh, the Stoics encourage us to prepare for criticism in advance. This is called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. It means thinking about the worst-case scenarios before they happen. If you know that criticism is inevitable, why not prepare for it? Imagine the harshest things someone could say to you. Imagine how you would respond. By doing this, you take away the element of surprise. When criticism comes, you are ready. You don't get caught off guard. You stay calm and composed. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will and selfishness, all of them, due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. When you expect criticism, you are less likely to be shaken by it. Eighth, the Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control. This brings us back to the first point, but it's worth repeating. You cannot control what others say or think, but you can control how you respond. Instead of wasting energy on things you can't change, focus on what you can. Can you improve yourself? Can you learn from the criticism? Can you let go of the need for everyone's approval? These are the things that matter. As Epictetus said, you become what you give your attention to. If you give your attention to negativity and criticism, you will feel negative and criticized. But if you give your attention to growth and virtue, you will feel strong and empowered. Finally, the Stoics teach us to be kind to ourselves. Dealing with criticism is not easy. It takes practice, patience, and self-compassion. If you find yourself feeling hurt or discouraged, don't be too hard on yourself. Remember that you are human, and it's okay to feel emotions. What matters is what you do next. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself of your values and keep moving forward. As Seneca said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Every day you face criticism and keep going. You are practicing courage. And that is something to be proud of. In conclusion, dealing with criticism the Stoic way is not about ignoring it or pretending it doesn't hurt. It is about changing how you see it. Criticism is not your enemy. It's a teacher, a mirror, and sometimes even a friend. It shows you where you can grow, reminds you of your values, and helps you build resilience. The next time someone criticizes you, remember the Stoic principles. Focus on what you can control. Don't take it personally. Live with virtue. See it as an opportunity. Practice humility. Keep the bigger picture in mind. Prepare for it. Focus on what you can control. And be kind to yourself. If you do this, you will find that criticism no longer has power over you. Instead, it becomes a tool for becoming the best version of yourself. And that is the Stoic way.